Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Humbo here, bringing you a brand new video, and today we're going to be going over one of the most popular series on my channel, 5 tips for beginners switching to keyboard and mouse. If you guys are 1 month in, you're just switching, you're brand new, you're thinking about it, you're 3 months in, it doesn't really matter. These tips really work for anybody trying to improve on keyboard and mouse in Fortnite, and pretty much just Fortnite in general, guys. So just make sure you watch this video all the way through to make sure you get all these tips down. Make sure you guys really pay attention to this video, because every single part of it has really key parts of the puzzle that you guys need to put together if you really want to take your gameplay to the next level. Man, just make sure you drop a sub with the notifications on. Make sure y'all follow my Twitch. I live stream on there every single day. Link is in the description for the Twitch. And yeah, guys, road to 50,000 subs. Let's get it, baby. Let's get in this video. 5 tips for beginners switching to keyboard and mouse. Let's go. All right, guys, and the first tip the big Humbo is about to give you to start this video out is something that if you're not new to my channel, you're a return sub, you'll definitely know that we like to start vids out like this. But we're going to be going over just a motivational tip in general. I love doing this because it just makes everyone's day a little bit better. You get something from this video. But I just want to say to you guys, it is not cliche to think that you can do anything you set your mind to. Like, seriously, any single person watching this video right now, depending on how much work you put in and how smart the work you put in is. So let me say that one more time. How much work you put in, right? So you got to put in like the hours every single day, but you also got to put it in smart. That's why I make tip videos like the tips we're going to be going over today, the drills that I always go over. You have to be doing the right things every single day consistently. So it's not just about working hard, right? Because anybody can just put a bunch of time in, but if you're putting a bunch of time in doing the wrong things, that ain't gonna help you, bro. You gotta put time in the right things, time in the places you don't want to put time in. And with that being said, guys, I think it's only right that the next thing we go over is my recommended practice routine. How much time you should be putting in on aiming a day, and what game modes you should be using, how much time you should be putting into building, your building mechanics, your editing mechanics, how much time should you be putting into arena, should you be dropping hot or soft during this time depending on your skill level. All these different things I'm gonna go over. This is gonna be considered tip number 2, so hang tight, get a pen and paper if you want to really have this practice schedule down. But let's get into it, man. All right, guys, so one of the most asked questions on my channel is actually Humbo. What do you do right when you get on Fortnite? Like, what's the first thing that you like to do to warm up? And I would highly recommend that you guys aim duel the second you get on if you want to get consistent at keyboard and mouse. I will have a really good aim duel map code on the screen right now for you guys. It should definitely be there. Just make sure you guys type that in, and you can actually fill, like, you don't even have to have a duo on, bro. You can literally just create a fill this aim duel map from the hub, like once it's in your map history, if you guys know what I'm talking about, and it will put you in with the random person. And usually, from my experience anyway, the people are pretty chill. Like, they don't mess around. They actually do the aim duel exercise. And basically all an aim duel is you both get the same gun, you both get 2,000 HP and unlimited ammo, and you just spray each other down to 0 HP. Whoever gets them to 0 first wins. This is what I have found and talked to many other semi-pros that are on keyboard and mouse, and all of them have told me this is by far the best way to practice your guys' aim, especially if you are new to keyboard and mouse, especially if you are a beginner who's a couple months in. The number one thing that I actually regret doing with my Switch is not aim dueling and practicing aim every day. I feel like aim duel, or just aim practice in general, is a lot like leg day in the gym, bro. It's not something anybody wants to do, right? It can be really boring and tedious, but the person who actually practices that aim every day is going to be a god over time. Over 6 months of daily aim practice, you are going to be a different breed, I promise. So I always recommend starting your day off with aim training, and then you can go into a little bit of creative building. I don't recommend edit courses personally, as a lot of you guys may know. I actually just recommend that you go into creative and practice your tunnels, like, just building right into an open world, practice your retakes in an open world, and then after you're done with about a 15 to 20 minute session of building, you can go back into aim duel one more time for like 10 more minutes, and then you can hop into arena or pubs or whatever you want to play for that day, zone wars. But I would definitely recommend aim dueling 1 to 2 20-minute sessions a day. That first hour should just be building and aim dueling, but aim duel every day, man, trust me. All right, guys, and on to the next part of my practice regimen for beginners switching to keyboard and mouse. I would highly recommend that if you guys are playing arena or public matches, but I'm assuming arena because I in general recommend you guys play arena. I know it can be more difficult, but depending on what division you're in, it's going to scale you to people that are equal to your skill level, which is actually going to give you a challenge as opposed to playing public matches where you're probably going to be playing a lot of players who are worse at the game, you know what I mean, worse than you. They're not very good. So I would highly recommend you guys play arena. You take that level of competition. It literally can only help you. You don't want to be going down and playing people below you just for that ego boost. You want that challenge every day. I promise you that also pays off dividends in the long run. But you also don't want to be dropping super hot, especially when you're new to keyboard and mouse, because I obviously know that's very stressful. It's really hard to play pubs for the first couple months on keyboard and mouse because you spend a lot of that time in creative, and then when you actually hop into pubs, you're definitely flustered, man. It just is a lot harder to keep track of everything, weapon switching, just getting the right builds in the right places and edits. It's very difficult and overwhelming. So my strategy that I recommend is that you guys drop at a very soft POI that maybe is contested by one other person usually. Then you want to get a really solid loot kit, get good loot to fight, good mats, and then start taking fights actively. I know that's very uncomfortable to be pushing mid-game fights, especially when you're first switching to keyboard and mouse. But once again, we are going out of our way to try to make ourselves uncomfortable with this practice regimen. Guys, I can't tell you how many people sit in a place after they switch to keyboard and mouse where they feel comfortable playing. They only do game modes and play friends that they know they can beat and aren't going to be killing them a lot. They're not going to be putting a ton of pressure on them. They're not going to be creating those negative emotions. You guys want to run head on into those things. The more times your bad habits are getting exposed, the less you're going to form them over time. If you guys are playing really bad players for your daily warm-up and your daily practice, you are going to start to think that some of these edits that you do and techniques that you're using actually work, when in fact the person you're playing is just too bad to expose them. It is so important that you're getting your gameplay like sifted through by a very good player, and I promise that if you keep your ego low, you keep your mind calm, you're not freaking out or getting super tilted, and you just focus on what you're doing wrong, you're going to improve 3, 4, 5 times faster than your counterpart who is just taking the easy fight, just playing really soft, he's camping, and then he's going and playing one of his worst friends in creative for an ego boost. You are going to be infinitely better over a few months of practice. I promise you it will pay off so much. Just please trust me with this one. Okay guys, the next major tip that I'm going to be talking about for learning keyboard and mouse fast is going to be quick ways to build your muscle memory up 2-3 times faster once again. So the first thing that I really recommend you guys do is actually for getting better timing with your piece control and fast editing, and that is going to be when you guys are doing your free build, your warm up in creative like we were talking about, you're going to want to take one of the headphones on your headset off of your ear. So just push it back onto your head and you will actually be able to listen to the sound of your edit key clicking while you're confirming your edits, and this will help your brain match up the timing so much faster. Please give this a try. I'm not just saying this, I've done this for like months now guys, and it has helped my edit timing tremendously. It really does help match up the timing of your click and get way more consistent listening to your keyboard as you're playing. Now you guys obviously can't do this when you're in an actual game because you need to be able to hear like when enemies are around you, all that stuff, but for when you guys are free building in your warm-up, I really do recommend that. Another huge way to build muscle memory faster is a beginner on keyboard and mouse. It's going to be something along similar lines. So to memorize your building binds, right guys, I'll give you an example. For me, C is actually my floor and left shift is my cone for 2 examples. When I am building cones in creative, same concept, take one earphone off so you can listen and just look down at that button that you're using for whatever build it is. So basically, if I'm clicking C for floor, I'm going to say the build bind out loud as I do it. And this is going to help a lot more than you guys may think. Now, if you're a little farther along, this tip won't be as pertinent to you, but if you are in that first month of keyboard and mouse and you are still struggling with making sure you hit the right binds for builds, this will help so much, especially in between times where you get good sleep. Like if you guys do that every time before you get off, I would recommend this is something you do at the very end of your practice session when you are tired, like you're about to get off, go to sleep or do homework or something. You just put in a quick 10 minutes just to looking at your binds as you click them. Watch your hands, click that C, say it out loud if you want, count that, just whatever you want to do, whatever process you like to get into, whatever's comfortable. If you do that right before you get off every day and then you go to sleep, I promise you this will help speed up the muscle memory with memorizing your build timing, man, and memorizing what binds do what. All right guys, and the final tip that I'm going to leave you with today is have an end goal in mind. If you have a very clear end goal that you want to hit on keyboard and mouse, whether that's becoming a really good wager player or zone war or creative creative warrior, or you want to take the competitive route and become a really high arena champ. You want to push really high arena points, or you want to get your first placement of money in the tournament. Whatever it is, just have that clear set goal in mind. It will help you so much with your motivation to get on and play every single day, and also to play with a purpose. You're not getting on and halfway doing it, you know, playing really lazy. You're getting on with a purpose. You're doing your daily aim training. You're practicing the regiment that we have in front of us. We know what we got to do, right? Now it just comes down to being patient and actually executing over months and months of practice. And having a really concrete goal, I have found, helps me so much with following through personally, man. But yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to say today. I really hope this iteration of beginner tips helped you. If you guys want another video like this, drop a like, drop a sub with the noties on. If you're new to my channel, man, road to 50,000 subs. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my channel these last couple months. Have a wonderful day, man.